Today, we are here with an amazing storyteller and author with well-known and celebrated books like The Room, The Pull of the Stars, and The Wonder. Now, Emma Donoghue has a new book that just dropped about a historic train accident, and it's called The Paris Express. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
We are honored that you're here. Truly, we've got to start with a brief synopsis of this thrilling ride.
Well, on the 22nd of October in 1895, an express train set off from the Normandy west coast of France and headed straight for Paris. It should have taken just 8 hours, and you know, this train ride went every day. It should have been fine, but that particular day it all went horribly wrong. And we know about this because a set of photos were taken by people who rushed to the scene of the disaster. And, you know, I was going to Paris for a year and I was looking for somewhere to live, and I happened to see this photograph online, and I was just stunned by its combination of kind of high-tech power and, you know, modernity and craziness. You know, this was just the most unexpected sight of a massive steam train heading vertically towards the ground, bursting out the upper level of the station. So I said to myself, I have to write a novel about that.
Yes. We just saw the image. It's really an mouth-dropping image there. It's set in the 1890s. Talk about the research that you had to do behind this.
Well, I used a lot of genealogy sites, you know, where people share information about their families, and you've got things like birth and death records. So the 4 men who were the crew of this train, I know all about them. I know like what their wives were called and where they lived and how far from the train tracks and, you know, where they were buried and their military records. And I also had 40 articles in French by local newspapers about the accident. And they interviewed some locals, they interviewed some of the passengers. So I knew some of the people who were really on the train that day, and I had a lot of information to start with. And then I started saying to myself, who else might have been on the train? So to sort of fill out the ranks of those characters, I decided to use people who were really in Paris in 1895 because it was such an interesting hub city. People went to it from all over the world. So I knew that by using real people, I would make it as diverse as Paris society really was in those days.
Well, and I actually saw a review that said, you know, this makes modern problems not so modern. So I want to talk about those characters that are involved. The train itself is a character. What else can we learn from them?
Oh, they're you know, arranged by according to how much they paid to be on the train, just like on airplanes today, you know, 3rd class, horribly crowded and uncomfortable, right through to 1st class where they're sitting there on red velvet and it's all very civilized. But they're still all stuck in a train that has no bathrooms, no dining cars, no corridors even. So they can't even go from one carriage to the next. So It's a very uncomfortable, rattling, exhausting experience, but to them it's thrilling because it's like, I'm going to be in Paris before dinner. So, you know, just like today, we put up a lot with discomfort for the sake of speed. It's all about that longing for speed, which some people would say is like the hallmark of the modern world we live in, you know. And I even gave them a coffee stall, a sort of human coffee stall, a guy who's wearing a gigantic metal tank of hot coffee on his back, and he sells it to them from little taps, because I thought that was a very modern touch.
Oh, yeah.
Need my espresso.
Yes.
That is a modern touch. Well, ultimately, what do you hope people walk away with after they read this?
I find historical fiction is always not just really interesting in itself and full of flavor. It's like, you know, it's like going on an exotic holiday, but it's always full of echoes of today. You know, while I was writing this book, I was thinking, you know, a lot of people are embracing new forms of technology, you know, as if nothing could possibly go wrong, like AI, for instance, which as a writer I feel quite touchy about because, you know, the large language models have been based on pirated copies of all our books. So I think a book like this can really make you aware of some of the dangers of just like grabbing onto some technology and forgetting the harm it could do.
Ooh, so well said. I want to talk more about, okay, so The Door, which many of us have either seen the movie or read the book. What was it like? And I asked you this before we started the show, The Room. What was it like seeing your novel on screen?
It was thrilling. Some writers find it a shock, but I think they should always try and be involved in the actual making of the movie because then it's far less of a shock. So I wrote the screenplay and I was involved in helping to choose the actors and so on. So then when I was actually on set and seeing Brie Larson just bring this character to life with such a depth of investment in it. I mean, she even she wrote a high school diary for that character. You know, she just gave all she had to it. So it was an absolutely wonderful experience, and I'd recommend it to any writer. You know, don't be scared. A screenplay is not the hardest thing to write. You know, I think novelists should always try and write their own screenplays if they possibly can, because it's such fun to tell the story again in a different form.
Yes.
And we'll stay tuned to hopefully see this one on film.
Yes.
This one is quite a cinematic project, I have to say.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
in. Pick up a copy of The Paris Express and check out our book discussion tonight at Parnassus Books. The event kicks off at 6:30. You can get your tickets now.